Hello and welcome. You're here with Sandra in the UK from Sandra's Stamp and Craft Studio. And today I'm taking part with the Crafty Collaborations Mini and Sale-A-Bration catalogue launch for 2022. So let me get you down onto the table and I'm going to show you my project from the Mini catalogue. To start with, on the 4th of January, the Mini catalogue is launching until the end of June 2022, and at the same time the Sale-A-Bration brochure will go live from the 4th of January to the 28th of February 2022. With every qualifying order with the demonstrator who's invited you to this event, you will be able to choose free products from Sale-A-Bration. So here is our stamp set and our coordinating punch. Together as a bundle, you can save 10%. My project will feature a 14.8 by 10.5 centimetre base card or 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. This is a single layer card, but it's a fancy fold. Next, I have a piece of designer series paper. I've cut to 14.3 by 8 centimetres or 5.25 by 3 1/8. Let's adhere this down with Tombow to the top half, leaving a narrow border all the way around my card. Next, I'll take my trimmer and I'm going to score this down the centre. So the centre here is 7.4 in centimetres or 2 3/4 inches. And heavily score that through the centre. Sorry for the jiggly table. And then crease along that fold, folding that in together. And that is my centerpiece. Next, we will take my piece of Granny Apple Green card, 16.8 by 2.5 centimetres or 6.5 inches by 1 inch. I've applied tear and tape to the back here. And I'm going to peel those two pieces off using my Take Your Pick tool. And these will be tucked round the back and applied to the corner of my cards, going just up to the edge. On both ends, making sure that it's level along the bottom, and these edges where the folds are will come right to the edges of my card. The papers I've chosen to use today are from the Sale-A-Bration brochure and featured on page 8, Sunshine and Rainbows 6x6 designer series papers, and there are 48 sheets in there, all nice bright colours. The Sunshine and Rainbows does coordinate with a set of rainbow dies that are in the mini catalogue as well. So I've used the clouds because they look like they're in the sky. I've then chosen a piece of the Granny Apple Green. It's a stripe on it, but I thought it looked more like grass at the bottom. And this measures 16.3 by 2 centimetres or 6.25 inches by 3/4 inch. My piece of basic white card measures 12 centimetres by 6 centimetres or 5 inches by 2.25 inches. I've now placed a piece of laminated grid paper from my Stamparatus on my desk, and I have my Pool Party ink pad and one of the blending brushes. I didn't want this to be quite so bright, so I'm very gently taking some ink and I'm just going to blend this in. Wanted to build up just a little bit of colour so it's not so bright white, and I wanted it to look like continuing the clouds through the sky. Now I'm going to jump to my trimmer and I'm going to score this in the centre at 6 centimetres. and also 1 centimetre from each end. So this would be 1/2 inch in imperial. Move my inky mat, and with my bone folder I'm just going to crease all those edges, and then this once again will come this piece is folded that way and this piece is folded this way, and we will be attaching that in the center there, so it will naturally, this piece that's straight at the front will naturally curl. So to do that, I've creased all those edges, and I just want to apply some tear and tape again down these edges.
It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family.
I'm using my scissors instead of tearing so that it's a nice clean finish, and I have my take or pick tool to peel off those backings. Like so. So we are going to now mark this, we're going to line this up so that the score line at the back here and the score line on the white piece actually match up. So I put my finger on those two matching lines and it's parallel with the bottom. So I'm going to gently tuck that one under and then gently tuck that one under and apply that to the card. So now this piece at the front that is flat and it will fold flat to post, it is now naturally, when it's opened up, it will naturally form a curve. Okay, so there's my base card built and ready to decorate. So I'm taking my Stamparatus. I have my 2 ladybirds on here already. So mark on that card, so I'm going to turn that one over. Anchor that down with my magnets. I'm going to place an empty stamp case on there so that the plate is flat instead of sloping away downhill. Because we're using Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad, it will enable me in the Stamparatus to be able to stamp 2 or 3 times to get a good black image, because black is one of those, when it's a solid image, you do need to have more than one impression. So they look pretty good, but with another covering they will look even better. And because we've got the Stamparatus, we know that that's going to stamp exactly the right place. I've just gotten to get my chamois. This is one that I cut into quarters deliberately for the Stamparatus, because the ink from the ink pad was actually going to get onto my magnets, which might transfer onto a subsequent project. So there's 2 goes. There's a little bit of white in there, so I'm just going to go as 3rd one. I love the Stamparatus for this reason, because you know if you've anchored it down well, it will always go in exactly the same place. Okay, so I'm going to turn this round now and use the other side. I now have my other stamp. This is the one that's going to be stamped in a real red, and it just needs to be lined up exactly over that, the spots and the body of the ladybug. Now I'm going to pick that one up. I'm going to use the real red ink pad, and once again I will be able to stamp that more than once to ensure a good covering. I'm going to just cut those away, and this one here will able to be punched. Because my punch is going to go this way on, I need to just trim some off there and get that nearer to the punch edge. And so that I've got a bigger handle, I've just put a piece of sticky post-it note on the back there to use that as a handle. to enable me to line this up perfectly within my punch. I aim for the antennae to make sure I get those exact, and then the body, and then punch. And I'm placing my wings on here to pick up. Place that under there so it's nice and straight again. Apologies for the glare from my lights today. And then press on there. I have a little ice hockey puck that is really helpful to press on if you have dexterity problems.
You can do most anything, so just do what you love. Live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of. It's what you're dreaming of.
Peel that one off. I'll clean these later. And then I have my spots, the ladybird spots on the wings, and these are going to be black.
To love, live and share it today. What we love, what we do, makes a difference in me and you. 30 years of inspiration and love. How we live, what we say, it's Stampin' Up and it's our way. To love, live and share it today.
This one is the leaf.
Gonna love and live and share it today. We're gonna love, live and share it today. We're gonna love, live and share it today. Our passion made a difference and built a family. We've grown strong together, you know it's all because everybody plays a part.
So that extra go and using the Stamperators really do help. Here are my images. These two have been punched and these two will be fussy cut. So I will take my scissors, cut off the excess. And then fussy cut these images. I like to leave a slight white border as the punch does, and keeping my scissors perfectly still, I move the card according to where I want to cut. So my left hand is doing the work.
What we say, it's Stampin' Up and it's our way. To love, live and share it today. To love, live and share it today. Just look around and you can see it's so much more than stamps and ink. It's more than just a card you see. It's part of you, a part of me. It's creativity.
Okay, so there are my pieces. I will build my ladybug, applying a dimensional on the wings and Tombow in the center.
Live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of. It's what you're dreaming of. What we love, what we do, makes a difference in me and you. All these years of inspiration and love.
Just to give some dimension to those wings. And then work out where I would like to put the decoration. I'm going to apply this one first, adding some dimensionals. He's there, and then this one can be on this side, so he's facing the other direction, and again a couple of dimensionals. And then we have our finished card. So for my sentiment, I'm going to have a little strip along the bottom here, and then I will put some more flowers in this corner here. So I will ink up my sentiment from the Hello Ladybug stamp set.
Anything is possible. It's It started with a dream.
I think the narrow one's going to look perfect. So I'll snip these ends.
Everybody plays a part in doing what we love. You can bet it doesn't matter where you go. You find a friend who does just what they love and lets it show. One card at a time can really change the way we live. Focused on the sharing and the chance we have to give. You can do most anything, so just do what you love. Live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of. What we love, what we do makes a difference in me and you. All these years of inspiration and love.
So that can sit on here. Love that. And I'm going to add some of the little flowers from the set. In the stamp set here we have some flowers. So I will stamp some of those. So I'm using my real red ink pad again. Another scrap of white card.
You can do most anything, so just do what you love. Live it, share it, you know it's what you're dreaming of. It's what you're dreaming of. What we love, what we do makes a difference in me and you.
Whilst fussy cutting those flowers out, I've decided I'm actually going to stamp some of these on here and then apply these ones as 3D. To shape these flowers, I'm going to place them on my Stampin' Pierce mat and use the lid of my Tombow to press in on the centre of those flowers and gives them some shape. We do have a ball tool in the Take Your Pick tool, but that's quite fine and I like to give it a more rounded, a larger area. So each of these will have some Tombow placed on the bottom.
We're gonna love, live and share it today. We're gonna love, live and share it today.
To finish, I'm going to apply some small rhinestones and I'll put these in the centre of the flowers.
Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family.
So I hope you've enjoyed my card today and look forward to other presentations being featured in the Crafty Collaborations event today. If this is your first visit, then please like and subscribe my channel so that you can be notified of future videos as I release them. Thanks for stopping by today and hope to see you here again soon. Bye for now.